Tonight, a Port Perry family calls on politicians to pass voluntary euthanasia laws, and police appealing for witnesses to a fire near Port Lincoln.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A Port Perry family is backing a new bill which would legalise voluntary euthanasia in South Australia. The legislation, introduced by an Upper House MP, is set to be debated in State Parliament this year.
A long battle for law reform. Kaya Ma's bill, which mirrors Victoria's voluntary dying laws, could finally be the answer.
When they put it through, I hope it passes this time, because last time it was devastating. And there's a lot of people out there that agree with voluntary euthanasia, and there's a lot of people that are really sick and suffering.
It's a subject this family know too well. Their daughter Kylie Monaghan inspired thousands of Australians as she advocated for change. She passed away in 2016 with her devastated parents continuing to spread her message.
She was diagnosed with cancer. Cancer, and that, see her suffer. She would have used it if it was in.
I mean, even if she was here today, she would still be supporting it and be a spokesperson, and because she felt very strongly for it too.
Regional advocates are now encouraging residents to break the stigma and have their say.
Well, go and see your local MP, ring them, email them, go and talk to them face to face, let them know your views and get your views across.
Community group A Peaceful End is also working to educate residents.
That's the only way it will get passed, if people talk about it openly.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Golf News.
A suspicious grass fire which erupted on the outskirts of Port Lincoln Monday evening is being investigated by police. Crews managed to get on top of the blaze before it could spread to nearby paddocks. Nathan Regter has more.
It's the news this fire-prone community didn't want to hear, with police at this stage unable to rule out the possibility the blaze was deliberately lit. The fire erupted in grassland on the side of the Lincoln Highway near Louth Bay just before 5 Monday evening, the CFS scrambling to get it under control.
It didn't cause a lot of damage, it didn't travel very far, but we are concerned about the fact that a fire did start out there in what appears to be very suspicious circumstances.
It paints a troubling picture. With the weather starting to warm up, fire conditions are becoming increasingly dangerous. Police are calling for any dashcam vision taken within the Haven Road area at around 5 Monday evening.
If there is someone active around the Lower Eyre Peninsula lighting fires, we want to stop that person as quickly as we can, and one of the things that we will be relying on is the vigilance of the public to help.
Meanwhile, a spate of bike thefts have been reported from local caravan parks.
Make sure you secure your bikes at night. You don't leave any valuables around for people just to come and grab.
Up north, and police are on the hunt for this man after a brazen smash and grab at a Streaky Bay bottle shop last Friday.
Hopefully someone in the community does recognise this person.
Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Crime Stoppers.
Port Perry police are appealing for assistance after a children's motorbike was stolen from a local business. Just before 5 on Sunday morning, boats and bikes on Wandera Road was broken into, with the bike stolen from the inside. Police say security camera footage shows 2 men entering and leaving the store. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Families with children who attend childcare are being reminded to keep them home if unwell, as SA Health deals with a rise in gastro cases. A Whyalla centre, however, is leading the way, teaching students the importance of hygiene.
Giving their hands a thorough wash. The children at this Whyalla childcare centre learning a valuable life lesson.
Hygiene is very important at our centre. We teach the children every day about hand washing and rubbing soap all through their hands, counting for several seconds to make sure that all the germs are gone.
It's a timely reminder after a horror month across the state. SA Health figures show at least 17 outbreaks of gastro were recorded in South Australian childcare centres during December. That's compared to the previous month, which only recorded 4. At this stage, the centre says it has avoided any outbreaks, and the department is confident most have the right tools in place.
I think most childcare centres centres have pretty good policies and processes in place. If your child has an accident at the childcare centre, the accident is cleaned up with the appropriate cleaning methods, hand hygiene.
Dr. Shaw says caution and education are the best defence, encouraging parents to teach good hand hygiene in the home. Children should also keep isolated if showing symptoms.
Most of the viral gastroenteritis presents with diarrhoea, with tummy pain, cramps and maybe a fever. But the norovirus in particular can often have vomiting as a fairly prominent feature.
Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
South Australian snapper stocks will soon receive a significant boost, with more than 300,000 babies to be released. The $500,000 restocking program will take place in the Spencer and St Vincent Gulfs. It's aimed at helping the species recover from critically low levels, with anglers currently banned from fishing for them. Approximately 150,000 fingerlings will be released into Spencer Gulf in the autumn. Still to come tonight, Broken Hill residents urged to clean local fire hydrants, and a major milestone for the Joy-Baluke Bridge duplication. Welcome back. It was another hot one right across the region today, with a total fire ban declared for the Flinders and Mid-North districts. Fire crews remained on high alert amid severe hot and windy weather conditions. Meanwhile, the statewide code red for people sleeping rough will be lifted tomorrow morning as a cool change sweeps across the Spencer Gulf. Water is normally used to fight fires, but Broken Hill's recent rain event may have actually hurt local fire brigade efforts. Officers asking the community to check that hydrants near their homes are free of mud and debris.
When every second counts and every drop helps. Hydrant access is vital to our firefighters, but water has now become a hindrance in Broken Hill.
With the heavy rain, the mud or cracker dust has slipped down and covered the hydrants.
Signage points out hydrant locations, and while crews check them when they can, it's important residents help.
The sooner we can get water in from a hydrant, the better it is and the safer it is for the crews in there and the more effective our firefighting operations are.
Fire trucks carry enough water to last for just 10 minutes, with main supply needed to completely extinguish blazes.
If you know it's there and it's been covered up, give us a call, we'll come and inspect it, or if you know it's there, just sweep it off, and it helps us in the event of emergency.
Rainfall also creating challenges for our rural brigades. This fire south of Broken Hill on Monday spread about 1 kilometre and was fuelled by new growth.
It won't take much on even a coolish day to turn some of that green stuff into brown stuff that's going to burn.
And in an emergency, always call 000 and provide a detailed address.
It's about other services. So if we respond fire and rescue or ambulance have to respond, they don't know that property name.
Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Port Augusta's Joy-Baluke Bridge duplication project has entered the next phase of construction, with marine piling underway. The work has been welcomed by a local business group. Katrina Musson has more.
After years of planning and promises, the Joy-Baluke Bridge duplication project is taking shape, with marine piling commencing on Monday. It's the first major step towards completing the project, with specialist marine equipment brought in to drive piles up to 30 metres into the seabed.
Look, things are moving along really well. About 30,000 tonnes of material from local quarries have been taken to the west side foreshore.
Once completed, it will be a key piece of the state's road network, helping eliminate its reputation for causing traffic chaos. The $200 million project is expected to create 114 full-time jobs per year for the life of the project.
We're generating jobs at a time that we really need jobs as we come out the back of COVID-19. So this investment is really good on two fronts. One, building the infrastructure that matters to South Australia, and two, generating jobs for people in our state.
Regional organisations say the infrastructure is crucial on both a state and national level.
I think the national significance is the key one and certainly can't be overlooked. And so it will be fantastic to have the bridge eventually duplicated and have that capacity, I suppose, extended.
These works are set to be completed by mid-2021, with the entire structure on track to be finished in 2022.
Whyalla City Council is encouraging local businesses to be part of next month's AFL pre-season game. Hoteliers and tourist operators are being encouraged to work together and offer package deals to attract more tourists.
It's the game which attracted a crowd of more than 5,000 people to the Steel City last year, with fans travelling from all over the country. Whyalla businesses say they are hoping to see floods of tourists yet again when Port Adelaide take on Carlton next month.
Let's make it 6,000 or 7,000 or 8,000 this year. And let's see if they can come for a weekend.
Hoteliers, restaurant owners and tourist operators met with Whyalla Council's CEO last night, discussing different ways businesses can benefit from the upcoming game.
We had a great turnout last night for the AFL Business Forum. It was really great to see so many businesses coming along just to have a chat about what it is that we can do to get a buzz happening for Whyalla around the AFL game weekend.
Council staff say the match is an opportunity to boost their businesses and aid the city's economy.
So we're decorating windows. Can they look at live music out on their porch steps or out on the grass or something like that?
And this is a golden opportunity to showcase our city.
The game will take place at Bennett Oval from 4:30 on Sunday, the 21st of February. Sophia Contigonis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us. Port Lincoln Cinema prepares to host its long-awaited film festival. And the Building Better Regions Fund opens for another round. Preparations are underway in Port Lincoln for next week's mini film festival. The event was originally cancelled in November due to South Australia's COVID lockdown. 4 films will screen at Lincoln Cinema next Friday, ranging from comedy to tackling environmental activism. The 3-day event also showcasing international film The Perfect Candidate, the first movie made by a female Saudi Arabian director. For more information, visit the cinema's website. Round 5 of the federal government's Building Better Regions Fund has officially opened. The member for Grey encouraging communities to apply after a tough year of bushfires, drought and COVID-19.
It's a $200 million cash injection set to boost the regional economy at a time when it is most needed.
$100 million has been divided off for tourism to assist the tourism industry. The other $100 million is for community organisations, councils as such.
A successful applicant from the last round says the funding was critical in getting their project off the ground, with their Rising Stars program already having an impact in the region.
It's a fantastic initiative from the government, but it's not an uncomplicated process. There's a very big process involved with it, which is exactly how it should be.
Regional Development Australia Far North is offering support throughout the process.
We can provide, some assistance in terms of assisting with the application, putting together some background information, even, providing letters of support for the project, and just assisting with the whole process.
Mr Ramsey encouraging the region to take advantage of the funding following a tough year.
And I'm really urging local communities, councils, to have a look at the projects that they've got on the agenda in their communities and put a bid in.
Applications close in March. Katrina Musson, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Port Perry's Solomon Town Jetty has reopened following extensive works to the structure. The much-needed maintenance was part of a council initiative aiming to revitalise the precinct.
On a calm morning at Solomon Town Beach today, residents took the opportunity to soak up some sun.
Beautiful morning here this morning with the tide in and no wind. We do have quite a number of regular users of the beach area who come down and swim every day.
The area reopening after recent upgrades which saw activities on the jetty to halt, improving safety at forefront of the changes.
Then the supporting structure that holds, if you like, the deck. We've also put in new kick rail, replaced all the handrail.
Council says it was a much-needed renovation for the ageing structure.
So as part of Council's asset management plans, we had the jetty inspected, and the works were as a result of those inspections.
There are more plans in the pipeline with council eager to apply for state government support.
At the moment we're looking at grant funding opportunities for more improvements around the beach foreshore parklands area here.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
AFL Broken Hill has issued a call out for volunteers to help lay new grass at Jubilee Oval tomorrow. The oval was replanted last year, but some patches haven't met expectations.
We've got a few spots that we're a little bit concerned about. So what we decided to do was, like, 11 weeks out, let's bite the bullet. So we'll be replanting a few hundred metres.
The oval will host the opening round when footy returns to Broken Hill before Easter. Work will begin at 10 a.m. and is expected to take 3 hours. Port Lincoln's annual art exhibition begins this week, unveiling the top works from across the country. 7 prizes are up for grabs, including the major Bendigo Bank Award of $8,500. The exhibition will be on show at the Nautilus Arts Centre until the end of February. Stay with us after the break. We will check the latest fuel prices, and Alex will have the latest weather forecast. Hello again. Time to check what price you can expect to pay at the Bowser this week. Here's Lachlan Itter with the year's first fuel watch.
2020 was a write-off for most of us, but one of the bonuses was lower fuel prices. Drivers will be hoping that trend continues into the new year. Starting, as always, with unleaded, and while there's a lot of red on the board, most rises were minor. Whyalla, the only town where pricing was stable, but most areas did only go slightly up. $1.21 in Port Lincoln and Port Augusta, $1.20 in Kadina. Port Pirie is our cheapest regional centre, despite that slight increase, while Broken Hill is the most expensive. Adelaide is the place to fill up, with prices just $1.10 there. To diesel now, where we've seen some small increases as well. Port Lincoln's drivers paying just $1.16 a litre, $1.13 if you're still on holiday and heading to the capital. Port Pirie's prices are sitting at $1.18, although it won't cost too much extra filling up in Port Augusta. But Silver City residents will feel the pain at the pump, paying a whopping $1.30. Finally, to Autogas, where it's status quo in most areas. Prices in Port Pirie and Broken Hill were slightly up, but are still the cheapest in our region at around 88 cents a litre. Remember that these prices are the regional averages and do not reflect any one particular outlet. And if you do spot unleaded, diesel or Autogas for cheaper, be sure to let us know on our Facebook page.
And with a look at what's happening in the weather, here's Alex Sykes.
Thanks, John. Mainly fine conditions again today. From 3 p.m, Broken Hill topped 41. Woodner was partly cloudy and 31. Clare, 30. Port Augusta was windy and cloudy and 32 degrees. Whyalla topped 27. Partly cloudy in Port Lincoln and Port Pirie, both 29. Kadina and Cleve both reached 31 degrees. Cooper Pedy, very hot and windy, got to 40 there. And Adelaide was 26 degrees. To the satellite now, cloud crossing central and eastern parts of SA, with a weak trough is generating areas of patchy light rain. Skies are mostly clear in the south and far north with dry winds. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 1 metre, and south to southwesterly swell up to 1.5 metres. Mainly fine across our region tomorrow. Port Lincoln and Cleve both partly cloudy, set to reach a top of 22. Mostly sunny in Woodner, 30 degrees. Becoming windy but mostly sunny otherwise in Whyalla, 25. Similar conditions in Port Augusta, 28 degrees. Kadina partly cloudy and 26. Port Pirie, 28. Mostly sunny in Clare, 25 degrees. And Broken Hill set to reach a high of 31 degrees. Taking a look further through the week now, windy and cloudy conditions across most of the region on Friday. Cooper Pedy with the region's top of 32. Port Augusta and Port Pirie both 26. partly cloudy in Adelaide and 21. Similar conditions on Saturday, but with cooler temperatures. Sunny in Broken Hill, 26, windy in Port Augusta, 27, partly cloudy in Port Lincoln, 21, Cooper Pedy with the region's top of 29. Heating up slightly on Sunday, Cooper Pedy sunny and 31, similar conditions in Broken Hill, 29, and if you're heading to Adelaide, it will be partly cloudy there and 26 degrees. So it looks like we have some nice weather towards the end of the week, John, and that's all from me tonight. Back to you.
Thanks, Alex. And that's the local news this Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later, but until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.